Number 1 on the review, it says express the parametric curve in the form y equals f of x for the following. And also sketch a graph of the parametric function. Be sure to indicate direction. So the way that we're going to first write out our equation in y equals f of x form is we're going to do something called eliminate the parameter. So given a parametric function, we've got that x is equal to 4t minus 3 and y is equal to 10 minus t. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to solve x for t. So we'd add 3 and then I divide by 4. We'd get t is equal to x plus 3 over 4. And what this allows us to do is this allows us to then plug in all of this in for t in this equation, and now we have a y equals f of x function. So we'll get y equals 10 minus x plus 3 over 4. And this would be our rectangular equation y equals f of x. And it also talks about graphing this, and it says when we graph it, we need to make sure that we indicate direction. And that's something that a lot of people miss when it comes time to do this on the test. So I've got the calculator up here, and I am in parametric mode. So when I go to y equals, I'm going to put these two functions in. So it's 4t minus 3. And the next function is 10 minus t. Now, a lot of things can happen that would result in us not drawing the entire graph. So if we go to the window, we want to make sure for that t minimum and t maximum, let's just do negative 10 to 10. That's usually a good starting place to draw this in. And then I would just do the standard window. So just do negative 10 to 10 in all directions here for t, x, and y. I know some of you guys like to use like zoom fit and all that stuff. That will work too. And now when we hit graph, we need to make sure that we pay attention to the direction. When it is being graphed, is it going left to right, right to left, up or down? That went super fast, clearly, but it definitely went left to right. So our graph for this problem is just a line going this way. It's just a sketch, and the direction will have arrows going to the right. For our second problem, we're going to do something very similar. So we will start with solving for t. And I'll do the same thing. I've got t cubed plus 1 equals x, and t squared minus 4 equals y. So we'll solve for x, or we'll solve for t, excuse me. We'll get x minus 1 equals t cubed. And so we would need to do the cube root of x minus 1. That will plug into y, and we will get y equals the cube root of square root of x minus 1 squared. I can rewrite that as x minus 1 to the 2/3 power minus 4. So that would be kind of in simplified format. Now I'm going to go back to the calculator, and I'm going to plug in these equations, see what the graph looks like. So we've got t cubed plus 1 and we've got t squared minus 4. Okay, and our graph is set up. It should do a fairly decent job. I'm just going to put it on the same axes as we have up here. And we get a graph this time that does a little something like that. It's like a little bit of a V. And again, the arrows are going left to right.